No Other Choice from Park Chan-wook, who directed Decision to Leave, The Handmaiden, and a while ago, Old Boy, which is, I mean, all three of those are fucking incredible, so I don't want to single one of them out. 2 hours and 19 minutes long. Abruptly laid off after 25 years at the same company, a desperate man goes to extreme lengths to eliminate the competition for the job he wants. Based on a American novel, 1997 horror thriller The Axe by Donald E. Westlake. Cast, the one person I think most people would recognize is the lead, Lee Byung-hun, who you may recognize him from this. But I'll say the G.I. Joe movies, among
true.
a couple things. He plays Storm Shadow in the G.I. Joe movies, but he's in a lot of American movies, so it might be a name. He's in Magnificent Seven remake.
K-pop. He was in Demon Hunters.
Yep, K-pop Demon Hunters. So it might be a name that some people recognize. But really solid cast all around. $21.1 million worldwide at the box office. It's recently hit the United States. We'll see if it maybe gets a little bump from potential Oscar buzz. I guess I didn't say up top, but it is a Korean movie, South Korean movie. 98%, 93% split Rotten Tomatoes, 7.5 IMDb, 87 Metacritic, Letterboxd 4.2. One of my favorites of the year. I gave it a 94 out of 100. This movie is fucking fantastic and looks unbelievable. Unbelievable. This movie has shots and transitions I've never seen before in movies. There's some things he does in some scenes that I'm legitimately like, you can do that? Like you can do that with a camera? Like you can make that work? Like, how do you go from that to that? How do you go from that shot to that? It is the story's great. Like really, really fun story. In some spots, if I had to critique, it might get like a little convoluted, but like that didn't really bother me. The acting was great, music fantastic, score great. But man, this movie it is. And I won't steal Gooch's thunder because I know Gooch really wants to talk about one thing that he did really well. But man, the look of this movie is unbelievable. Like visual storytelling is as good as anything. Just the two movies this year that I could watch on mute just to see how it looks is this and Train Dreams. Just like fantastic. So yeah, No Other Choice, 94 out of 100. One of my favorites of the year. Lived up to the hype. Gooch, because I know you want to. There's one thing in terms of the look that you've mentioned on here before, but I'll let you kind of say your piece on that because man, crazy stuff in this.
Yeah, I'm at a 90 out of 100, and I think what you're alluding to is the way he shot technology, which I've brought up a few times now. It's just like, it's been an issue for, even our best directors in America, across the world, they've not been able to figure out how to set movies in modern day, shoot phones, shoot screens correctly and visually appealing. And for some reason, between this and Decision to Leave, he has just cracked the code on like how to make an iPhone screen look good and look natural. So getting that out of the way, outside of that, like you said, Jeff, just across the board, even outside of the way he shoots technology, it looks just, it's incredible the way this movie looks. It's stunning at certain points. There are certain shots that like literally jaw on the floor. You kind of gasp in the theater. You're like, how did he pull that off? Then the performances, Lee Byung-sun. This is the first movie with Park since JSA, which if you like this movie, go watch JSA. Great movie. And then the commentary. I found the commentary and really what the movie was trying to say. And a lot of movies have tried to dive into this territory over the last 5 to 10 years, which is, more or less it's anti-capitalist. It's, workers' rights. It's things of that nature, which can get a little hairy. And I think a lot of people aren't smart enough to talk about it. This is based on a book, but I do think Park Chan-wook brings the Korean sensibility to it, which the book is an American book, but brings a Korean sensibility to it that is much more nuanced than what we've gotten, I would say, for the majority of these films that try to do this. It is very nuanced, and I think it gets its message across much more clearly. So I found everything really across the board kind of great. I will agree with you. It gets a little convoluted at certain points. But outside of that, I think this is easily one of the year's best, top 3 on the year for me. And I cannot wait for more people to see it. Hopefully picks up some steam and does sneak in for a Best Picture nom, because I'd love for more people to get into the Park Chan-wook hive. Yeah.
Kenjac.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Jeff. I'm a 94 out of 100. I think it was an awesome movie. I think it's mine. I shouldn't say the numbers yet because we're gonna talk about that later. I think one of the things that does really well, and this is something that's very, I think, Korean in nature, is they do very good, like, insane yet relatable concepts. Like the idea of like the upper middle manager guy that like he's at a certain level of wealth that is not sustainable if he gets canned, especially in like a niche industry. Like, that's like a relatable thing. Like you can easily get to that. And like wanting to do anything to keep your family at that level of comfortability, very relatable. You can definitely get to that. And then like the only thing is getting to that next step of like, killing people off to get there. So I think they do that really well. They do the same thing in Parasite too, obviously with Bong. And I think Koreans, you mentioned a little bit like the anti-capitalist stuff. I think they're the only ones capable of subtly digging anti like capitalism. Like it feels like in American cinema, everything needs to be so in your face and spoken out loud and Basil exposition-y. Like this is just very like watch what happens and you take it. You can suss it out yourself pretty easily. And they I think a big thing in that is they just trust the audience a lot more than American directors do. Like they don't want to be being the fucking Duffer Brothers going on 50 million interviews after something comes out and being like, actually, this means this means that means this. It's like they just trust the audience to actually understand something, which I appreciate. Like you guys mentioned, it looks gorgeous. Like that's a movie. That is a movie. And I really loved and appreciated that. And it makes me think like, it like thinking like of something like Marvel Studios or Disney just being like, you're allowed to do that on a low budget. You're allowed to do like a transition like that. You're allowed to shoot something with natural light like that. And I think I love that. And I think this is probably I can't think of a better one. The best ensemble cast performance. Like every single cast member has like a pretty radically different role, and they all are like 100 out of 100. Like they are all so good. The score was also great. I loved using that Mozart song, which I remember from Death of Stalin. Love that as well. And I just think it was perfectly paced and it has a poetic ending. And I love that. I loved the ending. It was just you couldn't have ended any other way. And I really appreciated this movie, and it made me think like, why can't we have American directors and movies that trust their audiences and are able to put out a like a real product like that? You know what I mean? Like everything's got to be like we obviously do have a few that do that up in the top echelon of our movies this year, but like I wish we could have more that could just figure this out.
Klemmer, what'd you give it?
I'm gonna step back from you guys. I give this 82 out of 100. I think this is a really good movie, and a lot of this just goes back to taste because everything you guys said, I pretty much agree with. This movie looks fantastic, like you said, Jeff. Some of these transitions, some of these shots are just incredible. Stuff you haven't seen in movies before. The cast does a good job. I enjoy this movie quite a bit, and I can understand why you guys love it. So I'm not really here to knock anything that you guys said at all. The third act does get just kind of loses its way, I think, a little bit. And unfortunately, like you said, it has these. I didn't even say it's like anti-capitalism. That's almost like too strong of a word. It's almost just like the unfairness of like needing employment and like the stuff like this guy has a nice life and he gets laid off and then he's of a certain age where like he's not really like someone you might want to hire anymore, and then he also he can't go and take an entry level job because he can't pay his bills. Like you do reach a level in life when you have a family that the job becomes, if you lose your job you're so fucked because you can't find a job equatable, especially in the paper industry. I like that it was that like who uses paper anymore, and that became kind of a theme within the movie. This is a really well-crafted movie. This is a really good movie. Definitely recommend people seeing it. But something about this director and me don't always jive. Like I liked Oldboy, I just didn't love it. Like it's just a personal taste thing, and it's not something I can even explain or that I think I can even justify. Even it's just my opinion. This didn't reach the heights of like the greatest movies of the year. Having said that, it makes total sense if you like what Gooch, Kenjac, and Jeff said. Go see. I think you should go see it anyway. It's definitely worth watching. It's definitely an interesting movie. Don't let the subtitles get in your way. You don't even notice them after the first couple minutes. And this movie is so visually beautiful that you really don't notice them at all. And the acting is fantastic. It's just for me that third act loses its way. And there's just a weird cold distance with me and this director that I can never completely emotionally buy in. But that's a personal thing.
He's your Boz to me. That's what Boz Lerman is to me. I can't stomach reading his name, let alone.
But I enjoyed this movie. Like this like it said you guys all have it as great. I have it as very good. So like it's just it's a notch below. So no, this is not that at all. Like with Boz Lerman, this is a thing where it's just like I just can't 100% buy in. I don't know why. It's a me thing.
We know how you feel about foreign filmmakers. It's all right.
That's not true. No, because with Parasite, I did. Parasite's one of my 100 favorite movies of all time.
Wait, when you say you didn't like Old Boy, did you watch the Spike Lee one potentially?
No. I actually watched this. I watched it. I'm old enough to have watched it when it came out.
Oh, nice.
Originally, on VHS, but or this DVD, I think at that time, right? 2003, 2004.
Yeah.
I was just out of college.
God, that one is bad. Spike Lee banned from making Asian remakes, by the way, fully banned after Highest to Lowest.
The back half of this movie, there is quite a few deaths. I would say actually the middle half, the back half of the movie, and that is where it kind of gets crazy. And that part I love because it is this just absurd story, and we're spoiling this now, of how these deaths happen and how so many of them are either coincidental or lucky for him, or they break in a way which he can kind of get away with it. He does get away with it at the end through a lot of kind of luck. Things go wrong, but then things go right. I was convinced for some of this that it would all go wrong for his character and he would get found out, but I kind of like that. It subverted my expectation in that sense where it's this is all just going his way. Nothing's going his way yet. All of it's going his way. It's this really fun mix. And at times this movie's funny too. It's absurd.
Yeah.
An absurdity to this, which really plays into it. And that's what really worked for the story for me. Cause you're just you're what the fuck? You don't know which way is up at some points in this movie with this character, because the things you think should go right, go wrong. And then the things that you think should go wrong, go brilliantly right for him. I think the best scene in the movie is probably the first person to die when he's in the house and he's going after the first person he needs to take out, because the whole conceit is he's trying to take out people who stand in his way to get this job and get rid of them. And the first one with the wife wrestling over, the music is really it's an insane scene, and
one of the best of the year.
It actually feels very much like what we watched last week with Marty Supreme. It's just this over the top sensory overload, but done so perfectly, and it balances out kind of everything: the yelling, the chaos of the moment, the music, and that is just one of my favorite scenes of the year. Yeah, it's Gooch. It's awesome. I you want to laugh at some of it, but it's just crazy. It's just craziness.
That
guy was
old
good, by
man,
the way. That
he was
actor
so
was
good.
awesome.
The guy, he looked like a little toad, and he's sitting there screaming, thinks that it's his wife's
disgusting.
lover.
He's a disgusting man.
Oh my God, he's just sitting there drinking soju and farting all over himself all day. Oh, and it reminded me of the Alfred Molina Boogie Nights scene quite a bit too. Just
the music being so loud.
Yeah, just so loud and so funny, but also sad at the same time. And a lot of that
Scary.
they said that a lot of it was ad-libbed. Basically, it started as a very small scene, and then they just kept elevating it, making it more and more absurd. Yeah, there's a Looney Tunes quality to this performance and this movie. That character, like you said, Jeff, he just kind of backs his way into he lucks into so much of it. He's just getting lucky at every single point, and he has these reactions to the absurdity that make it even funnier. The faces he makes crack me up. And this is this is a very funny movie. Very funny. Maybe his funniest yet. The wife was also very funny.
Very good.
She was on his team. She was ready to take that bra off, let those puppies out, and get back on track.
There's a lot of just gross pigs in this movie. Just a lot of just shitty people. Another shot that I loved, another scene that I loved, is when his first job interview with the glare of the sun going through the window.
Yes.
Where you can't even see who he's interviewing. Just this blinding, just miserable moment for him as he's trying to put on his best face. It's just and I want to stress too what Gooch was talking about with the technology too. It's not even just the fact that they shot there's a couple shots of a phone or an iPad. No, it's very much a almost a character. It's not such a cliche thing when you want to sound like a film there, but it is almost like a character in the story, the technology and how much they show it. And it is just you're just again, it's when if you watch it, you didn't think about it, watch it again and think about it, because I'm telling you, you're gonna tell yourself wait, this is, I've never seen anyone successfully shoot phone screens and tablet screens so well.
Like every time
Also-
he takes a FaceTime and he's just in the most absurd situation. Like he's getting like the venom sucked out of his leg by that woman. He's got the guy like buried neck deep, and it just looks great and it's funny.
See,
One
the
of- one of
snake,
my-
snake thing is an example of like it's to me that is like a too much, where it's like that happens like it just honestly it takes me out of the movie. It's just like all right, like the wife of the guy he's trying to kill is taking out his venom of a snake bite that really probably didn't need to happen.
No, that's fair. I told you, like if I had one critique, I think it's a little overbaked at times, but it doesn't really like ruin it for me. But if I were to throw a critique at it, because it is below, for me, if I give something a 95 or above, it's like I kind of don't have really any complaints. But it's why it's like a tick below. It's a little convoluted, a little overbaked, but again, nothing to really ruin it. One laugh that I got that really made me laugh was the son. When they're talking about canceling Netflix, and he gets up from the table and he just goes and he's like, "Oh, I gotta just fucking stream away, man. You're getting rid of my Netflix. I gotta stream the rest of I may as well stream one more time." And that really got me.
And then you hear the Tadam in the background.
Yes,
That was
you hear
great.
Netflix noise, yeah.
I like
Which,
the snake bite thing because it did set up a good joke when like she's like, "You got to keep your leg elevated. You got to keep it elevated." And when he gets home, he reads it. And it's like, "Whatever you do, do not keep your leg elevated." He's like, "Ah, shit."
He goes back the next day
Don't
with
suck
the
out the
fucking,
venom. Yeah.
He's got the waders on the next day
Yeah.
when he goes back, and he's like scared of every single stick he sees on the ground.
Dude, he was good. It was such like a perfect just like comedy black comedy, I guess. It was just or dark comedy is so good, man. I loved it. Holy crap.
Hearing the Netflix Tadum means it's technically a Frank Underwood cameo. Just needed to note that.
That's
Since
what
that
he's
is
watching.
That sound is. By the way, if not to go on a Kevin Spacey little monologue here, but he did not give us a Christmas Eve video this year, but he did give us a real snazzy dance. So go look that up on Twitter if you want to see Kevin Spacey jiving around on a stage. So no other choice. Definitely check it out. It's in theaters a little more now in the United States. I don't think you can stream it yet. And I assume it'll be in a few more theaters before the Oscars. It will at least have an international feature nomination and potentially a Best Picture nomination. It's kind of in that there's this mess of movies right now that we're not going to see much separation for at least a few weeks. So no other choice. Go check it out. We all varying degrees of liked it to loved it.